Hey, hi, I'm Paige Robertson, aka Rama Pijama, and I'm here today with Stu Heydon in the Carmel recording studio. Stu's about to embark on a big tour of Canada, which happens to be his homeland, but we wanted to ask him a few questions before he goes. Hey Stu, how you doing today?
Well, it's my favorite guy.
Well, back at you. We have a mutual respect and
yes, and
admiration
it is
for each
respect,
other.
Rama.
And it's the
It
truth.
is respect.
It's the
yes,
truth.
It is the truth.
Well, Stu, I know that the Carmel recording studio is more than a recording studio. I know that you've recorded some of the greats in here, including yourself. And but it's more than a recording studio. You also give lessons here. Tell me a little bit about that. What that entails.
When I first came here about 20 years ago, I ended up in a little bit of a relationship with the Carmel Youth Center and Mr. Eastwood, and they
that would be Clint Eastwood.
Yes, Clint Eastwood, and they allowed me to start some music programs there. So I built a studio with the Rotary Club, and we got a bunch of kids. I would go to the schools and do lectures on blues and American music. Now, being a Canadian, that was kind of pretentious of me, but they didn't know I lived on the border and I knew both sides of the coin. So anyway,
even Canadians get the blues.
But you couldn't tell them you were Canadian at first, or they wouldn't take you serious, you know. You know. So anyway, I went to all the little schools here and the high schools, and I started to tell the kids about the blues and how exciting America is, and it is spawned the greatest music in the world. American rock and roll, blues and jazz. People all over the world demand it. It's a wonderful thing, American music.
You spread the word, and I know that you developed a really great recording studio for the kids, and not only taught them music and form and how to play parts, but also taught them recording techniques as well.
Yes, I did. I taught them all a whole bunch of to be fully rounded and responsible.
Now, when you left there, you came back and you started your own recording studio.
Yes, I was there 6 years, and then I started my own studio with a fellow named Carlos Martin. Mm-hmm. And Carlos and we recorded hundreds of people in our studio.
Carlos, a great engineer and also a videographer and
all around
producer.
The band guy.
Yeah,
you know, he Band-Aid guy. He could help in any situation. So we did that for years, and then I met a wonderful man, Todd Flory. And Todd wanted to help me do this with the kids, and Todd built this place.
Still educating the community, the youth, and not just in the blues, but in all forms of music. And you teach the actual playing of music.
Well, yeah, right? I teach all instruments in here. Like I always say when we talk is that, you see, I was taught by the blues guys in Detroit, and my dad was a big band leader, and they made me realize that everything is off of the human voice, and every instrument is just the rendition of the human voice. They're trying to copy it. Do, re, mi is the same on every instrument. So once you learn that, all you have to do is get the do, re, mi out of the instrument, and you're in the ball game.
You got the voice.
Yeah, man, and it's hearing that.
But you know, still, I've got to tell you, and this wasn't in the program, but I've always appreciated your humbleness, because I consider you a very great player. I know that you've got a wealth of experience and years of traveling on the road before you finally settled in our community, which we're very happy with. And I just love the fact that you're carrying on the spreading of the music, not just your own
Yes.
playing for your own benefit, not just recording other people, but also educating the community as well. But speaking of yourself, and you very seldom do, but let me speak of him. You've got a brand new CD out.
Yeah, I have a new one.
Tell me the title of that. I know it's got devil in it.
Yeah, of course, I was thinking of certain things when Devil Had His Day.
Devil Had His Day.
That's the name of it,
That's
the title track.
That's your most recent, but you've got a large catalog of
Yes,
recordings that you've done, not just your own personal solo recordings, but you've been a player on many other albums.
We probably did 300 to 500 CDs since we started 20 years ago.
Wow.
So on that, sometimes I'm on the tambourine or the bass, or going hoo-hoo in the background, or some damn thing,
Yeah.
So between my own albums and all those albums, we've had a very good run.
Now, who was involved with this last album with you?
With the last album, I have a guy who played with Steve Winwood and Arto. His name is Celso Alberti, and he's from Brazil. And he is just a monster Brazilian drummer, and it's quite unusual mix, a Canadian bass player.
Right.
And a Brazilian drummer.
Percussionist, yeah.
Yeah, and then Robin Ford's bass player, who was in the Ford Brothers Blues Band. They made 16 albums together.
Wow.
He's the bass player on
And you
it.
got the bottom in there good.
Oh, he's the best bass player going, man.
Inducted into the Hall of Fame. That must be just a wonderful thing to look forward to, and a great honor that your community is recognizing you.
Well, I lived, so they got to put somebody in there. The rest of the guys, they didn't do so well. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you're more than a survivor. You're a survivor that landed out on top and is sharing that wealth of love and music, and your love for music too. So.
And that's what you learn to love after 50 years, is you learn that the only important thing in life is the love you gave.
Isn't it the truth? Now you're going on tour this summer to Canada, your homeland. What's that like for you when you get back up there? And
I only get to go home once or twice, a year, but not usually twice. So I try to get a job at a blues festival, and that pays for my trip to go back home. It's right on the Detroit River and Skyline.
Beautiful.
$3 million stage.
Beautiful.
100,000 watt PA.
So like a paid vacation with perks.
Well, it is, and they pay real money, and they got me a room.
Hey.
I don't have to stay at the bus stop.
Hey, you can't beat that.
Now blues guys, we spend a lot of time at the bus stop.
Yeah.
Looking for change and stuff.
And you'll be reuniting with some of your bandmates up there.
Yes, I will. Mike Branton, my buddy.
Mike Branton, a great player.
He's just something else these days.
You've brought him down here. So how can people keep up with you and follow you and keep in touch?
Stu Heydon Blues Band on Facebook. Just sign up, Stu Heydon Blues Band, or Stu Heydon, get a hold of me on Facebook that way. Or you can talk to me through CD Baby, or you can go right to my web, which is stuheydon49@gmail.com.
And that's not his age, or else he started that.
Well, Jack Benny was 39.
Quite a while
I
ago.
figured I'd be 49,
Hey, Stu, thank you very much for taking the time, and you know how I feel about you, my brother.
Oh, I love you.
And break a leg up there with Dave Mason, and
yeah, it's going to be a wonderful thing.
Come back and keep sharing with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.